Texas, land of brisket, big hats, and government indifference. Today we're continuing our discussion about rural Texas. You know, the part of the state that politicians love to wave a flag over, but wouldn't be caught dead in unless there's a photo op or a bowl of chili involved. Let's continue with schools, the cherry on top of this underfunded sundae, or as the state sees them, expensive liabilities with bell schedules. These schools are chronically underfunded, micromanaged by top-down standards, and forced to teach kids how to pass a test rather than how to think. Public education in these areas is held together with duct tape, leftover athletic funding, and sheer grit. But our representatives treat schools in rural Texas like a group project because their solution is always more government spending. I mean, what could go wrong with handing out billions to centralized agencies that have the efficiency of a DMV on Ambien? The state sends just enough money to these schools to keep the lights on and then acts like it successfully stormed the beaches at Normandy. Do you wonder why rural test scores are so low? Maybe it's because they are literally holding bake sales to buy textbooks that still list Pluto as a planet and the Soviet Union as a current threat. But it's the teachers here who are the real heroes. They're out there molding young minds with hand-me-down books and Wi-Fi that moves slower than government reform. Teachers are unpaid, under-resourced, and still expected to be educators, counselors, and substitute parents, all for less money than a part-time barista at a Starbucks inside a Whole Foods. But instead of raises or resources, we give them state-mandated testing and accountability measures written by a bunch of guys in Austin who think they can dictate what little Susie and Sweetwater should learn about in American history, but who also still think that cows need saddles. And don't get me started on politics. Oh, wait, too late. Sure, Texas Republicans campaign in rural Texas like missionaries in MAGA hats, but once they get elected, they ghost rural areas faster than a bad Tinder date. Why? Well, to woo big donors in Dallas and attend swanky cocktail parties in Austin. And speaking of Austin, allow me to be real for a moment. Austin has turned into the capital from the Hunger Games. You've got fashion bloggers wearing hats made of avocados, legislators sipping on craft cocktails while voting to cut rural water funding, and somewhere in there there's a guy named Thorne who's lobbying for subsidized AI lawnmowers while entire towns are still on dial-up. But here's the reality. These communities don't want pity. They don't want Washington think tanks or Austin's half-baked innovation zones. They want to be treated like adults, like maybe they know what's best for their own damn town. So here's a radical idea. Let them keep more of their own tax money and stop micromanaging their schools. Because rural Texas is not some political backdrop or your donor dinner talking point. It's where real people live. And if the only time you show up is for votes or photo ops, don't be surprised when they stop answering the door.